Okay. This ending worries me a lot because we've got most of the band back together. We haven't found Wiley yet by this choice, but Pop-Tart is lost thanks to Ghost Rebecca. Last time we waited for him. Now we're gonna go looking for Pop-Tart. I feel like we're not gonna find him, but we'll see. Let's go do this and see what our last bad ending is in this game. Let's split up and fan out in every direction. He can't have gone far. The others each take a direction and set out. I stand at the top of the hill for a bit, sweeping my gaze over the landscape. With his bright crop of white hair and red-sleeved shirt, I feel Pop-Tart shouldn't be hard to spot, but every movement that catches my eye just belongs to one of the boys looking for him. I spot Samuel marking each tree with paint, cleverly creating a trail to follow. Good boy, Sam. I set off on my own, praying that someone will find Pop-Tart, that I'll hear one of the others calling that they see him. Isn't this the spot where we have the showdown with Wiley and the Warden? But it's a clear day right now. I walk for what feels like a very long time. I head alongside the lake. It's a peaceful scene. The beautiful day doesn't reflect the many horrors it has contained. There is no sign of Pop-Tart whatsoever. At one point I become so desperate that I fire off the gun, praying he'll hear it. But nobody comes. I don't know if I'd run towards a gunshot, honestly, in that situation. Like, I don't know about that. Eventually I feel like I have no other choice but to head back. Sam, you good? Everybody, how's it going? When I get there, the others have already gathered. Before I can say anything, they all look at me and sadly shake their heads. Nothing?
I did find a trail, but...
Damn it.
It wasn't fresh, so it can't be his.
Could someone have taken him?
No. This trail is days old. Cold as can be.
Well, let's follow it anyways. It's all we have to go on. My eyes fill with tears. The guys don't argue. Each one wears an expression of defeat.
This way.
We follow the old trail for a long time, calling for Pop-Tart. Leon loses it a few times, but picks it back up after some keen observation. The longer we walk, the less we call his name. Hopelessness begins to settle over me like a thick, suffocating blanket. Then I see it. A spot of brilliant white hair nestled in a thicket. Pop-Tart! I sprint towards Pop-Tart, lying on the ground, but he doesn't move or show any signs of hearing me. When I reach him, my heart drops into my stomach and I freeze. Hey! Pop-Tart! My voice is a whimper. Pop-Tart's body is filthy, his skin caked with dirt. His hands are stained bright red, not unlike his eyes. But his once bright eyes are dim and nearly shut. His face is the whitest I've ever seen. For a moment I think it's blood that's on his hands. Then I notice the bright red berry bushes that surround us. Oh no. Oh no. There's a little smear of red on his lips, almost as if he had recently eaten a raspberry Pop-Tart. But I know that's not the case.
These berries... They're poisonous. Pop-Tart, he...
Damn it!
Why?
I collapse to my knees next to Pop-Tart's body and give him a little shake. Tears begin to roll down my cheeks. Hey, Pop-Tart, wake up!
Cadence... I don't think he's...
Wake up, Pop-Tart! Pop-Tart! I want to scream his name over and over again until he wakes up. Pop-Tart! 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 And I realize in that moment, I don't even know his real name. Ah, Melvin! The boy whose name I don't know just lays there as if asleep in the grass. Horribly, horribly still.
No way. This can't be happening. How is this even possible? He looks like he's been out here for days.
I realize that Doug is right. Pop-Tart's body is covered in scratches and looks like it has been facing the elements, but we've only been out here an hour or so. What? That lines up with Pop-Tart's original story of like, you guys were gone for ages. weird ghost timey-wimey nonsense. Why would he eat these berries? Why would he take such a risk? Before I can ponder any further, a new sound catches our attention. It's the sound of the warden's helicopter. We see the trees waving wildly in the distance. The helicopter rises above them, its fast-spinning propellers catching the light of the sun. It hovers for a few moments. We can do nothing but watch helplessly, knowing that Mr. Wiley has been taken. We lost our narrow opportunity to save him. Suddenly, the helicopter gives a vicious jerk. It spins, does a full 360 in the air, then lurches in the direction of the lake as if it has a mind of its own. Then it begins rapidly losing altitude. I feel like Wiley might have made a run for that, what's it called? I'm gonna call it like a joystick, but you know, like what controls the helicopter and just put it into a nosedive. We race to the top of a nearby hill and watch the helicopter go down. Good lord! It hits the surface of the lake with a huge splash, followed by an explosion and a plume of smoke. We can only stand there and stare at the carnage. I don't know what happened. I thought we were so close to saving Mr. Wiley. But we lost him. And during the effort, we lost Pop-Tart too. We were too late. It's all over. Whew. Alright, well that was not ideal. That was the only bad end that really touched a little bit on the ghost shenanigans, which was interesting. It was interesting to be like, okay, so the ghost has like some effect on time as well. Interesting to learn. I think the hardest bad end was definitely the first one in the final chapter, where like each of the guys is basically getting picked off one by one. That was the toughest. And my favorite out of the final route bad ends. But anyway, that is gonna be it, guys. That's the final end for Bandcamp Boyfriend. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining me. And now that that's done, I bet you are expecting me to say I'll see you at my final thoughts video, but no, I got a little curveball for you because I don't want to end things on kind of a down note with all these bad endings, so I'm actually going to be watching a bloopers and extras video that's on Lovebird Game Studios' YouTube channel, so hopefully I'll see you there for that, guys. Until then, see you later!